Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to see the another topic under the Indian Contract Act 1872. So today's topic is contingent contract. Basically, what is a contingent contract? So before going through the rules and essentials of the contingent contract, we will go through the introduction ones. Okay. So first one is section. Under which section? Under section 31, contingent contract has been defined. So, what is the definition of the contingent contract? Contingent contract are called the conditional contracts. So, basically, simply remember, if there is a contingent contract, then it is called as the conditional contract. Why this is called as a conditional contracts? Because these contracts are based upon some conditions. There will be another type of contracts. There are very absolute contracts. That means unconditional contracts will be there. But if the conditional contracts are the contingent contracts are the conditional contracts, because they are depending upon some conditions. So I will explain it clearly. Next one is contingent contract is one in which the performance is due only upon the happening of some event which may or may not happen. That means all the contingent contracts in all the contingent contracts, the performance of one party will depend upon the happening of some uncertain event. That event may or may not happen. Okay. I will say with the example here. There are the two parties, A and B enters into some contracts. A says to B that I will pay you 1,000 rupees if today it rains. If today the rainfall occurs in our area, I will pay you 10,000 rupees. Like that, A says to B. A means here falling of the rain is an uncertain event. That means sometimes a weather forecast will also come under maybe the estimate of the weather also maybe goes wrong. That means the falling of the rain is not a definite thing, right? No one can clearly say that today it will rain. No one can say like this, right? So the falling of the rain is some uncertain event. But if that uncertain event, so no one can clearly say that today will rain. But if A says that if today rains, I will give you 1,000 rupees. So what is the condition here? If today rains, this is a condition. What is uncertain event here? Falling of the rain is an uncertain event, because no one can clearly say that today it will happen. Today it will rainfall will happen. No one can say like this, right? So here uncertain event is falling of rain. What is the condition? Paying of thousand rupees if rains is a condition. And the rain may or may not happen, means this falling of rain is one event. This event may or may not happen. So the promise of one party to the contract is due, and the performance of the one party will happen only upon the happening of some uncertain event which is may or may not happen. What is uncertain here event here? Falling of rain is uncertain event that may happen or may not happen. But if happens, he will pay 1,000 rupees. This is a condition. So if all these features are there, then it will called as the contingent contract. Hence these type of conditions are existing in these contracts. They are called as a conditional contracts. But these conditional contracts will also be enforceable only by following some rules. So before going through the rules, we'll go with the essentials. So there are some examples is there. Contracts of the insurance, indemnity contracts, and contracts of guarantee are the examples. For example, take the insurance contracts. In the insurance contracts, the persons will enter into a contract with the insurance company for any damage occurs in the future. Means if a persons enter into a contract with the insurance company, that if A dies with because of some accident, that accident may or may not happen. What is the event here? Accident is a event. That accident may or may not happen. And A enters into contract with the insurance company. If accident happens, this company will give the policy amount to the accident happened family members. Accident happened person family members, this insurance company will give the amount. So happening of accident is an uncertain event that may or may not happen. But what is the condition here? If that happens, the insurance company will pay the amount to the suffered party family. So this is also one of the conditional contracts. This is also a contingent contracts. So hence indemnity contract, contracts of the guarantee will also comes under the contingent contracts. So this is a meaning, definition and example of the contingent contracts. Next we will go with the essentials. What are the essentials here? There must be contract to do or not to do something. Means here happening also there, non happening also there. If that happens I will give you 1000, if that non happens I will give you 1000 rupees. So depending upon the happening also there is a one contract, non happening also there is a one contract. So the contract may be to do or not to do. Means if you do that I will give you some rupees, if you does not do that I will give you some rupees. So there will be two sides of this contracts. That means happening is there, non happening means on the basis of happening the parties may enter into contract, on the basis of non happening also they can enter into contract, and also on the basis of to do or not to do something. And the performance of the contracts depends upon the happening of non happening of some event in the future. So like this only, if rain happens then the performance of A, what is the performance? 1000 rupees paying is the performance of A. This A's performance depending upon happening of this event. What is the event here? Falling of rain. If this happens he will pay the 1000 rupees. That's he will fulfill his performance. So the performance of the contracts depending upon the happening. And he may also enter that if rain does not fall I will give you 1000 rupees. Like that also he can enter, right? So means non happening, also for non happening also they can enter. So this is one of the essential. Next, the event must be uncertain. Means for whatever purpose they are entering, that purpose must be uncertain. What is the meaning of uncertain here? Uncertain means unclear, not clear, not definite. Means for the not clear things if they enter into contract, then this also comes under the contingent contract. Next, the event must be collateral for the incidental to the contract. That means collateral here means not the main objective of the contract but following the main objective of the contract. Means this collateral means there are the two parties, A and B are the two parties. A says that I will purchase your horse if it proves itself as a lucky. Means horse has to prove itself as a lucky. If that horse is proved as a lucky I will give you 10,000 rupees and I will purchase that horse. So here purchasing is the main objective, but that main objective only he is making the conditional, then that won't consider as a contingent contract. The after paying the 10,000 if we want to make some conditions, then that will consider as a contingent contracts. But the main objective is becoming only contingent, then that won't be the contingent contracts. Hence if after completion of the main objective, if the following the main objective if he gives the conditions, means then that will becomes under contingent contracts. That after completion of the main objective, whatever the another part of the contract if he makes the conditional or the contingent, then that will be called as a collateral. Okay, so these are the essentials of the contingent contract. Next, rules regarding the enforcement of the contracts. These contingent contracts are also valid if and only some rules are followed. What are the rules that we discussed here? Okay, the contingent contracts are perfectly valid though they can be enforced in the court of the law only upon the happening or non happening of the uncertain event as the case may be. Means whatever the case they have chosen, depending upon that they have some rules. So under section 32, so before going through this I will say you simple example. Contingent contract may depend upon the happening or non happening of the rain. Means if A and B entered into contract that if rain falls, means if rain happens, they may also enter like this. If rain does not happen I will pay you 1000 rupees. Means does not fall, if rain does not fall means that should not happen, right? So the contracts may be two types. Happening of some event may be one type of contract, non happening is also one type of contracts. So based upon this there are some rules. Under section 32, a contingent contract depending upon the happening of the future uncertain event can be only enforceable when the uncertain event has happened. Means for example I will say here, consider A and B are the two parties enters into contract. A says to B that I will pay you 1000 rupees if you married C. A says to B that I will pay you 1,000 rupees if you marry C. But after one day the C dies. Means the C died. Means the death of the C happened. So B cannot marry C, right? Because he died. So in the marriage there will be two parties. Means there are two part for that, between the two persons the marriage will happen, but the one of the person is died here, so B cannot marry this C because he died. So the performance becomes what is the performance here? B has to marry C. This is a performance that should happen, but that not happened here because this person is died. Hence this contract will not be valid and impossible, because happening, what is happening here? Marrying should be happen between B and C. So this marrying condition for what they have entered, that marrying condition is only not happened, not fulfilled. So even this is a contingent contract, but on which purpose they entered, that not fulfilled, then it becomes the impossible happening. What is happening here? Happening of the marriage is important here. So if that marriage only not happened, then it will become the impossible and not a valid contract. So this is on the happening. Next one is non-happening. What non-happening is defined in section 33. So what is they are saying that a contingent contract depending upon the non-happening of the future uncertain event can be enforceable only when the happening of that event becomes impossible, as then that cannot be happen. That means consider another example. Here what is the case here? Happening must, what is marriage must happen here. Here on the basis of non happening they enter into contract. Means the purpose of the contract for which they are entered means non happening, means whatever the event they have chosen that should not happen. Means A pays 2,000 rupees to B only if that event is non happened. Means the main purpose here is non happened. If that non happened will happen, then only it becomes the possible. So for example, ship sinks in water, if returned then it is not possible. A says to B that I will pay you 1,000 rupees if ship, whatever the ship, goods ship is there, if that ship is sinks in the water, if ship sinks in the water and if ship does not return, I will pay you 1,000 rupees. A says like that. Here A should that A says to B that I will pay you 1,000 rupees only if the ship is not returned. Not returned means not happened. Not happened means the purpose for which they have entered into contract. Here non happening is the purpose. What is a non happening? The ship should not return. So for this purpose they entered into contract. But if the ship returns, then that won't become a valid contract, then that will become the void contract. So for which they entered, the ship should not return. Non happening of the future uncertain event, if happens, then it will becomes a valid contract. That non happening should be there because they entered for that purpose only. So these are the two types, these are the two rules for the happening and non happening. Next one is a section 35. Under section 35, a contingent contract depend upon the happening of specified uncertain event within the fixed time. Ship returned within the time. Okay, in the consider the above example. A says to B that I will pay you 1,000 rupees only if the ship returns within one day. Means here he is saying that returning of the ship should happen and that should happen within the time, within the fixed time. For example, consider one day. A says to B that if ship returned within one day, I will pay you 1,000 rupees. So on this basis they entered into contract. What are the conditions? If ship returned within one day, I will pay you 1,000 rupees. Same like that only, if ship returns within one day, then A has to pay the 1,000 rupees to the B. If A does not pay 1,000 rupees, then he can claim the charges from A, because whatever the conditions they are accepted, on that conditions only the ship is returning, that too in the within the fixed time. That is, what is the fixed time here? Within one day, if ship returned, then the conditions whatever they kept, that will fulfilled. So A has to pay 1,000 rupees to the B, because what are the conditions for which they have entered, that are, even though the returning of the ship is conditional, contingent contract, but whatever the conditions they kept that are happening, that too within the fixed time, hence it becomes the valid contract. Like that, contingent contracts also becomes the valid only if these rules are followed. So next rule is section 35 second para is saying that non happening within fixed time. Again consider this ship example only. A says to B that if I will pay you 1,000 rupees if ship not returned within 1 day. Non-returning here. If ship returned, he won't pay 1,000 rupees, because they are entering into contract upon a non-happening. What should not happen? Ship should not return. That is the contract they are entering. But if ship returned, he won't pay 1,000 rupees to the B. But if ship won't returns, he will pay that amount to the B. So here happening within fixed time, here non happening within fixed time. Ship not returned, he will pay. If ship returned, he won't pay, because non returning is only the main purpose for which they are entered into contract. Okay, next one is a contingent contract depending upon the impossible, defined in section 36. Impossible events, for example parallel lines and the straight lines. Consider parallel lines. If these two parallel lines are joined, then A says to B that if two parallel lines are joined, I will pay you 1,000 rupees. Everyone knows that two parallel lines won't join because they are parallel, they won't join. So if the contracts are depending upon such impossible events, means they know that one party knows that that is impossible event. Even knowing that the purpose for which they are entering as impossible, even knowingly they enters into contracts, then that won't become the valid contracts. Even rules, there are no rules for such contracts because they are impossible. Directly they are expressively or impressively they are held as impossible. So whatever the impossible events, for whatever the impossible events, if the parties entered into contracts, that impossible events will not be considered as valid, hence that won't become a valid, and that are defined in section 36. So for the impossible events, joining the parallel lines is an impossible. Parallel lines will see each other but won't join, so like that. So this is one of the example. So these are the types on happening, non-happening, happening within the fixed time, non-happening within the fixed time, and impossible events. These are the types and rules for which the contingent contracts has been taken. So the contingent contracts means conditional contracts. So this is about the contingent contracts, friends. If you like my video, like, share and subscribe to my channel.